NFL analyst Andrew Brandt, former VP of the Packers, says it looks to him like Jerry Jones is doing the opposite of all in, that Jerry has set up the Cowboys to go through a let-it-ride, lame duck year with Dak Prescott playing without a new contract. Keyshawn, agree with this assessment?
No, I don't agree with it at all. Dak Prescott's contract, whatever. They don't have to pay him now. Okay, if I'm Dak Prescott, as I told you last year, if you let me get to this point, I'm good. I'm good. Don't even worry about it. I got 100 and something that I'd have made out of you already.
No doubt.
You know, I'm good. I'm making 50 from you this year. I'm good. We'll worry about that at the end of the season. I'm just gonna go out there and prove to you I'm worth $300 million damn dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's get to Micah Parsons and let's get to CeeDee Lamb. If I'm CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons, and I love Jerry and I love the Cowboys and everybody in the building, I'm not walking in the complex at all out here in Oxnard when we start training camp in a couple weeks. You will not see me. And if I had to come and stand around and ride a bike or something, then maybe I'll do that so I'm not fine. CeeDee Lamb is looking at about $150 million in a deal. About 100 or so of that will probably be guaranteed money because I can't go less than Justin Jefferson. So that number's around what I'm talking about. I'm scheduled to make X amount, so a couple $100,000 here and there taken from me because I'm not in training camp. You can have that because I'd rather bet on myself with that than just sit around and wait for you to pay me. Now let's see how the offense runs without me.
Yep.
Same thing defensively with Micah Parsons. If I'm Micah Parsons, I'm not even thinking about coming to training camp. I can come hang out with the jersey on if you want me to, but I'm not stepping my ass on the field with no cleats on. Okay, I make $2.5 million. I'm one of the top 5 defensive players in the league, regardless of what people may think. And I got to be paid as such. I'm making 2.5 this year. Yeah. I'm not getting on the field. You can take your little 50,000 every practice that I miss or whatever the case is, because I need at least over and above what Nick Bosa got, because I think that might be the last guy, or T.J. Watt or something along those lines. So when you start talking Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Nick Bosa, package it up, average it out, and see where it's at, and let's go from there.
Yeah.
That's it. If you want to win. If you don't want to win, keep playing hardball because the season's getting closer and closer and closer. The quarterback, he's good. His pockets is filled. Those two young men hadn't made life-changing money yet. They just hadn't.
But ain't you playing with fire right now, though? Like, if Dak, like if you don't sign Dak right now and McCarty and they go out, have a great year, and Dak's like, you know what?
Oh, well.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that could happen.
I'm out of here.
That could happen.
I'm gonna show some resentment. Y'all want to do me like that?
It could be a Kawhi Leonard situation.
I'm gonna take my time somewhere else.
It could happen.
So, like, lame duck to me is like saying, oh, let's see what y'all do this year before I give y'all the money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, but it could come back and bite them.
Yeah, but I'm not taking less than what I'm supposed to.
You know what that's telling me, though? Jerry Jones is feeling like, I don't think I can win a championship.
That may be the case.
And Mark McCarty. So I'm going to leave them out there like lame ducks.
That may be the case.
Because after this year...
The coach, whatever. I mean, there's 3 coaches that's out there that can do the job. You still got Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick.
Another quarterback like this don't fall in your lap, Key.
No, that's their mistake, though. If Skip believes they shouldn't pay Dak Prescott. He doesn't think he's shown enough by not getting him to the NFC Championship game or to the Super Bowl to be worthy of the type of money that he's going to have to get.
I mean, look at these other guys that's getting that money.
But Skip...
Look at all these other guys.
Go ahead.
All these other guys getting this money. Everybody else getting that money ain't did half of that.
Half of it. But Skip don't think so.
Okay. Here's the problem. To your points, CD is going to be a camp holdout, and why he hasn't been paid is mind-blowing to me. It's soul-crushing to me. As a fan, wait, you're still letting the meter run, and we're only 2 weeks away from camp opens? He's not going to be there. Knowing Jerry, he'll get all stubborn and get his pride up, and it'll go all the way through camp before he finally pays him. And you know, it's fine to miss camp, but if you just show up for game one, the first real game, you're going to be a little rusty, a little out of sync. It's just not. It's not
a setback.
It's not a good thing. There's nothing good about it except that you preserve yourself from getting injured in camp. But the point is, if the other guy also holds out, Micah, even though Malik Hooker made some great points on your podcast about Micah that he should be down the line of getting paid. But
I don't think I don't agree with Malik.
All right, but that's fine. I do, and I appreciated that he said that out loud on your podcast because it got to Micah, and Micah didn't like it, but he needed to have his fire lit in the offseason, and I love that. That's leadership to me from a veteran safety who's not a great player, but he's a pretty good player.
He's a good player.
Good
NFL player.
All right. So the point is, we're looking at maybe 2 big camp holdouts that won't help us to start the year after an offseason in which my owner/general manager, my owner and operator of my football team has done next to nothing. Eric Kendricks is next to nothing to me. That's the only free agent signee so far. You brought back Zeke. So here's my point. Okay, look at what we're going into. These are the Dallas freaking Cowboys. At least they used to be. I just read 2 days ago on ESPN.com, they did a ranking. They asked a lot of NFL experts, insiders, front office people, to help them rank running backs, rank all the NFL running backs, and it went top 10, then it went honorable mention, then it had also receiving votes. It went 25 players deep, and 0 of those 25 were Dallas Cowboys. Think about that. This is the team that gave you Tony Dorsett and Emmitt Smith and young Zeke, the first 3 years of Zeke. This is the team that didn't have a running back ranked in the top 25 because I think we all agree Zeke is on his last legs. And he had little to no impact for New England last year, and now he's coming home to be our bell cow back? Really? I'm dumbfounded by it, and I keep waiting that maybe Jerry will sign a second receiver. Maybe your nephew is sitting out there still, and I think, would Jerry, are you going to do it? Why haven't you done it so far?
He's spending money on trying to win a championship because he don't believe that this team has a chance.
Okay, well, the last time he actually saw this team in action, it was down 27-0 before halftime of a home playoff game.
Right.
It was down 48-16 early in the fourth quarter.
And he don't want to open up that checkbook.
Okay, so it does feel weirdly lame ducky to me.
Yeah.
Although when I think of lame duck, I just think of duck because every time I watch him this coming year, I'm going to be like duck, right?
Time to cut costs.
There's only 2 guys, though, Skip, that are on an expiring contract.
Yeah, no, I got that. But what I'm saying is, if in fact you're making Dak sort of play for his life in Dallas, well, are you handicapping him? So he's not going to have a strong running game to help benefit him and take some pressure off him. He's got one receiver who is holding out, and after that, he's got, I don't know, Brandon Cooks, and he's got Jalen Tolbert, and he's got, who knows, Jake Ferguson.
So what are you saying
I'm
Jerry
saying
is doing, then? Because
it feels like he just, it's a wash. It's just like, just see what happens. It's like it's being blown up. It almost feels like you might be playing for a draft pick. It almost feels like that because you don't think Jerry loves him some Shador? You don't think he does? I bet he does.
So he wants to go 1-16. Is that what you're telling me?
It's feeling
because wherever Shador going, they're gonna be 1-16.
Although if you went, I don't know, 5-12 or something,
you might be able to get it.
But then at least you'd be within striking range where you could trade up for him. You could go ahead and bet the house on it, bet the ranch on it. Okay, it just starts to feel like we're getting into Shador and Dion territory, because Mike McCarthy's lame duck at best.
But again, there's 2 guys. One guy is playing for a big payday at the quarterback position. I don't see where he's going to all of a sudden throw 30 interceptions and 20 touchdowns. I don't see that happening.
No, but I just don't like his supporting cast like I used to.
But his supporting cast is the same supporting cast that he had a year ago, except it's the same supporting cast. Except CD's on a potential holdout.
Okay, but Tony Pollard's gone, and for what it was, you can say Tony Pollard. Hey,
he did a good job, but
Okay, Tony Pollard in this ranking at least got honorable mention among
Yeah, Tony
the
Pollard
rainbow.
did a good job, but it's not like you had Josh Jacobs and then you
No,
go into Zeke.
no.
It's not one of those situations.
Okay.
So those two guys, the coaches are the separate.
Okay,
They're going to fire him anyway if he
Let's
doesn't
talk
go to the NFC
offensive
Championship
line,
game.
shall we? I saw Pro Football Focus the other day ranked the Cowboys' offensive line 10th best, so it's still top 10.